4,000 years before Christ. Archaeologists found tools from that era, which are definite proof of the existence of a settlement from that time. 4,000 years before Christ, these lands were the center of organized economic upturn. It is the Chalcolithic era. Copper mining were flourishing crafts. Near Vratsa have been made some of the most important archaeological discoveries in all of Europe. Two of them are related to the most advanced civilization of the mysterious continent. The Regional Historical Museum preserves two of their most remarkable treasures, Bielanska and Rogozensko. The Rogozensko treasure is the largest Thracian treasure of Bulgaria, by the finding of which the country introduced Thracian studies as a part of world science. It was discovered by accident. In 1985, when digging in his garden, Ivan Dimitrov from the village of Rogozin located 65 exquisitely crafted silver vessels. Obviously, for some reason, they had to be hastily buried. In the beginning and the following year, archaeologists from the Museum of History in Vratsa found very near to Ivan's find the rest of the treasure. It is assumed that they belonged to a local dynasty and were collected for almost a century and a half. They depict scenes from Thracian and ancient Greek mythology, which often overlap each other. The burial was performed so long ago in a special way. The building surrounding her is a mausoleum. The find is unprecedented so far in the world. A mausoleum from the early Neolithic age. Millions of years earlier was built another unprecedented structure, but that one was of God's design. And so, the new old structure was called God's Bridge. It is located about 15 kilometers from Vratsa. It is 25 centuries old. In the earth here have been found coins and artifacts from the 2nd and 1st centuries BCE, and a bronze seal made of coins from the time of Augustus. This completely changes the scientific assertion of a number of years ago that Vratsa was just a settlement founded by the Slavs in the 6th century CE. Undoubtedly, during the majority of its existence, its name has been a variation of a Slavic word. Vratsa is the name of the gorge of Leva River. In the Roman and Byzantine eras, the city was called Valve, double doors in Latin. This is a rough translation of the Slavic word Vratsa, door, or more exactly, diminutive door. During the Middle Ages, it was called again Vratsa. Today, it is simple, Vratsa. And this is the informal capital of the whole of northwestern Bulgaria. The city was a part of different countries: the Roman Empire, Byzantium, the Second Bulgarian Kingdom, the Ottoman Empire, and 5 years later, again as a part of Bulgaria. They were raised in the 17th and 18th centuries. In the year 1794, the Bulgarian Church had some religious freedoms, albeit with a number of limitations. For a bishop of the Vratsa diocese was appointed a Kotel priest Stoyko Vladislavov, under the name Sophrony of Vratsa. He was the first to assess and make a copy of the Book of Paisi, by whom he was impressed as a person. It was a significant work in the pre-Gutenberg era Bulgaria. In Vratsa, Sophrony engaged in activities unthinkable. Sophrony began to preach to them in conversational Bulgarian. And not only this, he recounted scenes from the Bible which were accessible and even fun. He acquired great popularity among Bulgarians. This was not undeserved or the result of a cheap apostolic show. As a follower of Paisi, Sophrony had undertaken to assess the situation of the people in the historiographical. When in the Romanian capital of Bucharest, he wrote his books Sunday Book and The Life and Sufferings of the Sinful Sophrony, amongst others. The Life became the first modern Bulgarian autobiography. It was written in the style of the eclectic Slavic history, but became extremely popular. In the coming decades, it would be increasingly in demand and would become the first Bulgarian bestseller. Concerning Sophrony, there is a nearly forgotten legend, but recently it has been building in popularity amongst the local people. "16 kilometers from Vratsa is the cave Ledenica. It is an unusual cave, to say the least. The temperature inside is permanent and stable, between 8 and 16 degrees Celsius throughout the year. It is 320 meters long and has 10 rooms. It was discovered in the Middle Ages by goat herds who found a perfect year-round refrigerator in which to store their milk. But there was no way for them to know that this is one of the caves with the most technologically perfect acoustics in the world. Natural acoustics technology. Today, Ledenica has hosted elitist symphony concerts.